Gable Steveson just won the gold medal over in the Olympics. He's really chummy with Vince in WWE right now. Like, maybe could be the second coming of a Kurt Angle over in Vince McMahon's world. I don't know if you have any thoughts on Gable or his big win at the Olympics or anything like that.
Well, he did an amazing job and showed that true American spirit. You never stop wrestling till the buzzer sounds. In that gold medal match, he did an amazing job there, and it was almost untouchable until that match. So very happy for him. Obviously, he's got a lot of offers on the table right now. I know the NFL is talking to him. I know the WWE is talking to him. Obviously, MMA and some of the MMA promotions have reached out to him as well. So he's got a very, very, very bright future. I also read the other day that he said he's coming back to finish his senior year at Minnesota. So I think that's a smart move by him. Get your degree done. Go out there and win another NCAA championship, and he can literally write his own ticket wherever he wants to go. I think he's going to be great. He has that wrestler's mindset that if you apply that to anything, you're going to be successful.
How do you think he would fare in an octagon? I mean, he's got obviously grappling skills are there, but it takes more than just grappling to go in there and get punched in the face in UFC,
Well, he has wrestling skills. Grappling, there's two sides to the grappling coin. A lot of these jiu-jitsu guys are very comfortable on their butt or on their back and very adept at finding ways to get you out of position and submit you from there. And I think that's something he would have to get used to, is putting himself on his back and learning to operate from there. But he's amazingly athletic. Obviously, the backflip. I mean, how many guys that size can just bang that out like
after winning after the exhaustion of winning an Olympic gold medal?
Yeah.
Dude.
So he's ridiculously athletic. If you give him enough time, he's a diligent guy. He'll figure it out. I think the striking will come second nature to him. I think he picked that up, learn by the numbers like every other wrestler I know, and be adept enough to be able to get his hands on guys and make them wrestle him. And then they're going to have a real problem.
Wow. Okay. Last kind of pro wrestling MMA here question before we go back to the film. I promise we will talk more about this movie. I'm very interested in it. But, obviously there's another former UFC guy who dabbles in pro wrestling. CM Punk just came back and has the whole world on fire right now. I'm sure even you have seen that CM Punk is back. Do you feel the guy got a raw deal from MMA fans with the back-to-back losses in UFC? I don't know what you think of.
I don't know about MMA fans, but, the fans can be brutal. That's just the fact. You're only as good as your last fight. And that's how you distinguish your real friends and true people that are in your circle basis just fans. Fans want to see winners and they're very critical. That's more of an American thing, honestly, than anything else. They're not so much that way in Japan and some of the other marketplaces. But he jumped right in at the highest level. He kind of tried to pull a James Toney and jump in at the highest level. And you got to give James Toney his credit for his boxing credentials, but some of that does not translate to MMA. And I think CM did a good job of trying to train, trying to learn as much as he could, but he jumped into fights that were frankly a little over his head. I think if he'd have given himself more time to technically train and get some foundation, a solid foundation for fighting under his belt before he jumped into some of those bigger fights, he may have had a little more success.
Yeah, for sure. Mickey Gall is no slouch. I was lucky to get to do an interview with him just before that Punk fight, and I remember just hearing it in his voice, this guy's gonna murder CM Punk. He really got excited about the chance to rip the head off of a famous person in that octagon. I think he really enjoyed that. So anyway.